Shalom, shalom, everyone. This is Shaina Yisrael from the Nation of Yehuda School of Knowledge. This is our Sabbath Day class. This is our supernatural class. We'd like to thank you for joining us today. We are still dealing with the kingdom coming, and we want to talk. Last week we talked about the 1/3 and the 2/3 being cut off and dying, and the 1/3 being elect to rule the government of Yah. And we just want to be able to bring some more clarity to it, because it's very important that we have clarity, because like the sister was saying earlier, it's a lot of people that are getting discouraged, because they say, well, we don't know who's going to make it and who's not. Very, very true. However, the Most High he's a fair God. He's a fair Elohim. He does things righteous. There's nothing that he does that's unrighteous. And he's fair about what he does. And I think today, when we do this lesson, we will understand how fair he is and the things that he does and the way that he does it. So I just want to be able to put that on record today so we can go ahead and get started. Let me open up the screen for you all who cannot see the screen and you're new to this call, please email us at theyehudaproject@gmail.com, and we will send you information on how to see the screen. We don't do it on the day of the show because it takes too long, but we will definitely send it. But you can follow along with us with your Bible, because it's just Bible verses that you're going to see and on the screen anyway. So we want to be able to do that. And let me open up the screen so that we can go through it. I didn't want to give you a lot this week because last week was a lot to process, and I just wanted to make sure that everyone kind of understood a little bit. All right, I want to know if you can see the screen. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Yes. Now, I want to say this too as well. Sometimes when they don't like what I say, they don't like what they're hearing, they will cut my phone off. They will. It goes completely. It just hang up. So if that happens, I want you guys to keep talking because I don't want any dead time. Okay? So some people be like, is she gone? There's no dead time. Let's just keep it rolling, and I'll be calling back in. All right, so here we go. Next section. This is what we're dealing with. Okay, we're going to deal with Jerusalem because Jerusalem is very important, because Jerusalem is the city of choice. This is the city that the Most High has chosen. This will be the capital of the world. Jerusalem will be the capital city of the whole world when this kingdom comes. The whole world. And right now Jerusalem is just a place where there's wars and blowing up and bombs and all kinds of stuff, but Jerusalem will be the capital of the whole world. So I want you to pull the scripture out with me. We're going to Zechariah chapter 14. Zechariah chapter 14. And then we're going to start at verse 1. I think this. Let me make sure. Yes. Okay, verse 1. It says, behold, the day of the Most High cometh, and thy spoil shall be divided in the midst of thee. For I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle, and the city shall be taken, and the houses raffled, and the women ravished. And half of the city shall go forth into captivity, and the residue of the people shall not be cut off from the city. Then shall the Most High go forth and fight against those nations, as when he fought in the day of battle. His feet shall stand in that day upon the Mount of Olives, which is before Jerusalem, on the east. And the Mount of Olives shall cleave in the midst thereof toward the east. Somebody is on a tablet or something and we can hear echo. Can you please put your phone on mute? Thank you. I still hear that echo. And toward the west, and there shall be a very great valley. Half of the mountains shall remove toward the north, and half of it toward the south. And ye shall flee to the valley of the mountains, For the valley of the mountain shall reach unto Azal. Yea, ye shall flee, like as ye fled from before the earthquake in the days of Uzziah, king of Yehudah. And the Most High, my Elohim, shall come, and all his saints with thee. So he's not coming alone. He's bringing some people with him when he comes. And it shall come to pass in that day that the light shall not be clear nor dark, but it shall be one day which shall be known to the Most High, not day nor night, but it shall come to pass that at eventime it shall be light. It shall be in that day the living water shall go out from Jerusalem, half of them toward the former sea, and half of them toward the hinder sea. In summer and in winter shall it be. And the Most High shall be king over all the earth. And in that day shall there be one Lord, and his name one. All the land shall be turned as a plain, from Geba to Rimmon, south of Jerusalem. It shall be lifted up and inhabited in her place. From Benjamin's gate unto the place of the first gate, unto the corner gate, from the tower of Hananiel unto the king's winepress. And men shall dwell in it, and there shall be no more utter destruction. But Jerusalem shall be safely inhabited. Any questions at all whatsoever?
Yes, I got a question.
Yes, sir.
Like when you're talking about the city of Jerusalem being there, that's with the current inhabitants. That's not talking about us, right?
Right. No, it's not talking about us. No, it's not talking about us at all. There's going to be a war against Jerusalem, but we won't be in that city because that's going to be a terrible time. The city is going to be basically taken over.
Mm-hmm. Well, we can see that coming now.
Yes, indeed, absolutely. It's going to be basically taken over, and they're going to come against it and go to war against it like there's never been a war before. So yes, I am recording the class right now. The class is being recorded. So yes, I'm definitely recording. I'm just trying to find out where that echo is coming from because somebody has serious echo. I don't know if they called in, if somebody's on a tablet or something, but I'm going to have to go through this to find out who this is. It's got this echo.
Yeah, I don't hear echo.
You don't? I do.
No. I hear a buzz.
I'm sorry, say again.
Yeah, I hear a buzz, but I don't hear echo. I hear like a buzz.
Okay. Let me see who got the buzz going on. Because, one of the beautiful things about this class that we have here now, we have figured out a way to make sure that the buzz and the echoes go away. And you don't have to leave the class. You can permanently be here, but we can't have the sound interruptions because it's an interruption. I'm gonna keep talking until I figure out where it's coming from. But so there's going to be a war against Jerusalem. It's going to be something very interesting, to happen. But it's got to happen because we've got to see where it's coming from. I mean, for the other nations to come up against it, because Jerusalem is the Most High city. He's not going to continue to allow that to happen. You know what I mean? Did the buzz go away? Is the buzz gone?
I still hear it.
You still do? Okay. All right. Well, some people are still calling. I don't know what they're calling in on, but at least the echo went away. Now I don't hear the echo anymore, so I just want to make sure we get a chance to get rid of that echo. Hopefully we can get rid of the buzz. I don't know. I'll keep doing it. You guys let me know if it's gone. And I'm going to keep talking. You let me know if the buzz is gone. Do you still hear it? Is it still there?
No, I don't hear buzz. It's just kind of static.
Okay. All right, good. All right, well, we're getting ready to go back into the lesson because I got to be able to, the echo was really there. It was there really tough. Okay, so we're getting ready to go back into the lesson. Now, we're going to get into grandma and all that good stuff because we have to get there. People want to know, well, what's going to happen to my grandma? And what's going to happen to this? Can you guys see the screen?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, King of Kings, here we go. So we know that Jerusalem will be safely inhabited, and people will be living there, and he will be the king over the whole earth. This being that's coming from the sky will be king over the whole earth. And this is what we're supposed to be preaching, but nobody is preaching it. So here we go. All right, Isaiah chapter 44. This is to establish that he is the king of Israel. It says, Isaiah 44, verse 6. It says, thus saith the Most High, the King of Israel, and his Redeemer, the Most High of hosts. I am the first and I am the last, and beside me there is no Elohim. Isaiah 6 and 5. This is to just establish that he is the king. He is our king. Then said I, woe is me, for I am undone, because I am a man of unclean lips, and I dwell in the midst of a people of unclean lips, for my eyes have seen the King, the Most High of hosts. All right, here we go. Zechariah. Hold on just a minute. Let me pause. Any questions about that? I'm going to pause just a minute. Any questions? Okay, here we go. All right, now we're going to deal with his kingdom. This is important, too, because we got to be able to understand his kingdom. Just a second. I thought I had paused this again. All right, Daniel chapter 7. A lot of people want to know, well, where did the kingdom come from and how was the kingdom established? This was established in the Old Testament in Daniel chapter 7. Daniel chapter 7, verse 13. Here we go. It says, I saw in the night vision, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before me. And there was given him dominion, and glory, and a kingdom, that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. So he's going to have a one-world government. His dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. So he's going to have a kingdom. Now we want to know, where is his kingdom? Here we go. Joel chapter 3, verse 1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Yehudah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. They have cast lots for my people and have given a boy for a harlot and sold a girl for wine that they might drink. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head? Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Yehudah and the children of Jerusalem ye have sold to the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their borders. And if you guys will agree, we have definitely been removed from our land. A lot of people don't even know they're from Jerusalem. All right, here we go. Behold, I will raise them out of the place where ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Yehuda, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people far off, for the Most High has spoken. So what does that tell you about the prophet? About that particular prophet? Anybody?
It hasn't come to pass.
It hasn't come to pass, and the people that sold us is going to be sold, aren't they?
Yep.
And their sons and daughters is going to be sold.
But is it while Yeshua is here and that is going on, will they treat them the same way that we were treated?
No.
I don't think so either. I don't think so either. I forgot what it says in the scripture, how we're going to treat them. It's not going to be the same that they treated us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I agree with you 100%. I do. I agree. And they don't want to accept it.
So they will be treated like we were?
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know if they'll be treated like we were, because the Most High may not allow us to treat them like that, but they're definitely going to be sold.
Well, right. They're going to be sold, but it's not us who's going to have any. We're going to sell them. So how they get treated, we won't know. We're selling them to someone else. So, if your desire is as mine, I pray that what we suffered, they suffered the same. We endured ours, and our ancestors endured theirs. So should they. But according to the scripture, we're simply selling them off. We're not keeping them. So how they treat them?
Yeah, that's not true. Yes, we are.
They got to build the kingdom. Build the kingdom.
Go ahead.
They're going to be our slaves, and they're going to help to build. They're going to build the way we built. They're going to build.
That I did understand, but it also says that we're going to sell them off to the Sabians. Am I wrong about that?
No, you're right. We're not going to sell them all, because some of them are going to be our slaves.
I do understand, and I have heard that before. I was hoping not, but anyways, I have heard that.
Well, you said you was hoping not? Hoping not what?
I'm just not interested in having them as a slave. I don't mind them doing the work that we've had to do, and someone had made the question, do we treat them the same? I think we're going to be in a different mindset, but what that other group who they're sold off to the Sabians, what I'm saying is we won't know how they get treated.
Oh, no. Well, we don't know how the Sabians going to treat them, but, that's true. That is very true.
I guess the reason why I asked that, because Yeshua is going to be on the planet then, and righteousness is supposed to reign throughout the earth.
Yeah.
And it will, but there's still a punishment that they have. Guess what? He watched us get punished, didn't he?
Exactly. Very good point. Great.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Who are the Sabians?
Well, when I did some research, it was saying that it was Arabia, but I don't know. Nobody really knows at the end of the day who exactly it is, and that they can pinpoint and say it's going to be these people exactly. Nobody knows.
And also, the way that we were treated during slavery, that the Most High had given them, I think they were supposed to treat us a certain way, and they took it too far. That was on them that they did that. So, no, we're not going to do the same thing they did.
Say that again. I'm sorry, I missed that part. What did you say now?
I said that the Most High had allowed them to treat us, our punishment, to a certain degree, and they took it too far. He did not, that was on them. And so, therefore, we're not going to do the same thing that they did.
So, okay, let me ask you this. So, you think that they went too far?
Yes.
Okay. That's fair. Okay. But what I want you to do from you is I want you to find that for me in Scripture.
I don't think it's in Scripture. I don't think it's in the Scripture. I think that was in one of the other books. I don't know which one, but I do recall reading that, but not in Scripture.
I think
in Zechariah.
It was an Enoch.
Go ahead.
In Zechariah, it talks about it. I'm sorry. It does mention that in Zechariah.
It does. Okay, find it for me, and then when the class is over, we'll go through it. Okay.
Okay.
Find that for me, because I want to read that, because I've never read that. I've always read that he put us in this captivity. He told us what was going to happen to us in this captivity, and that it pleased him to see us being punished in the captivity the same way it's going to please him to reward us once he pulls us out. Now, the reason why I say that is because when I always watch religious shows on Saturday. I always do. And I was watching today when Nebuchadnezzar took over Jerusalem and how they came up against Jerusalem and closed the people into Jerusalem. And those people began to eat each other. And the Most High told them in Deuteronomy chapter 28 that you were going to eat your children. And they did. So I'm just wondering, I just want to know, where that is, because I just want to know where it is because I haven't seen it.
Mm-hmm. Sister Anna, can I add that it would take me a bit to find it, but it's in Enoch.
Okay.
That they were supposed to treat us a certain way as servants, not abuse us to the magnitude that they did.
So what about Deuteronomy chapter 28 when he told us what was going to happen?
Well, yeah, exactly. We were supposed to be sold, for men and women service, but we weren't supposed to be raped, maimed, beat, hung, burned, our babies fed to alligators and that kind of stuff.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
And medical experiments also.
Say that again?
And medical experiments that they had conducted on us.
Right. All of those things were beyond what they were given.
Okay.
Isn't that what Revelation 18:5 what she's talking about?
I don't know, but let me get back to the lesson. We're going to do that after class. Get back to the lesson. All right, so let's go back here. We're going to start back at the lesson. I apologize for that because, I had to make sure that I cleared my phone because I'm still hearing the echo, but it's okay. And he says that when you look up the Sabians, it says Arabic people. That's who the Sabians are, according to Google. All right, so here we go. He said, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. He said, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, and let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I'm strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye east, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yah. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Most High is near in the valley of decision. The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. The Most High also shall roar out of Zion and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake. But the Most High will be the hope of his people and the strength of the children of Israel. Then so shall ye know that I am the Most High, your Elohim, dwelling in Zion, my holy mountain. Then shall Jerusalem be holy, and there shall no stranger pass through her anymore. So he said, when I come back and I establish my kingdom, then Jerusalem shall be holy. And there won't be no more other people through there claiming that that city belongs to them. Any questions? So we're going to see a fight on the news. We're going to see them battling and blowing up each other until the Most High comes back and sets up his kingdom. Ain't going to be no peace. Now, this is where we're going to get into the good stuff, the length of his kingdom. Got to establish something. We're going to open up the conversation. Revelation chapter 20. Here we go. Now, we read in Daniel chapter 7 that he's going to get a kingdom. Now we got to figure out how long this kingdom is going to be. He said, Revelation chapter 20, verse 1. It says, and I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. So he's going to be bound for 1,000 years. And cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. And after that, he must be loosed for a season. So this kingdom is going to last 1,000 years. Watch. And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua and for the word of Yah, and which had not worshipped the beast. So these people are in the great tribulation. Neither his image, neither have received his mark upon their forehead or in their hand, and they live and reign with Christ 1,000 years. A whole 1,000 years. But the rest of the dead lived not again until the 1,000 years were finished. This is the first resurrection. Now, this is so important because you know why? This deals with this time right here. This deals with this time right here. So this is the conscious, I believe this is conscious Israel.
Which is conscious Israel, the ones that were beheaded?
No, this had nothing to do with the ones that beheaded, because the ones that beheaded, they made it because they were beheaded.
Oh, the rest of the dead that in the first resurrection. Okay.
Exactly. So say, for instance, the people who decide not to go with us when we leave and they stay here, and all hell break loose. And then they come into the knowledge of who they are. Oh, well, I made a mistake. I should have left with him. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, the mark of the beast come out, and they got to struggle. Ain't no food. There's no job. You won't be able to buy. You won't be able to sell. You won't be able to do anything without this mark. And they hold out. And then they get captured. And they say to the people say to them, either you take the mark or we're going to cut your head off. And they say, well, I might as well die anyway. Go ahead and cut my head off. And they go up and they chop their head off like Brother Yerushalayim saw all those guillotines. And he saw those caskets. Those are the ones in the first resurrection. The rest of them that die won't live again until after the 1,000 years is done, because they didn't make the choice. Watch. I'm going to show you that. Hold on, get there. Blessed and holy is he that hath part in the first resurrection. On such the second death have no power. That's the 2/3. Watch. Show you. But they shall be priests of the Most High and of Christ, and shall reign with him 1,000 years. And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison, and he shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog. Now that's Russia and China. To gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sands of the sea. Now, so we know that. So if you don't make it this time, and you know you Israel, because the Most High is not going to let you not know you Israel. He's going to wake up his people that are alive today, that are here today at this moment. If you don't do what you're supposed to do this time, you get caught in the tribulation, you still got a chance. You got to get your head cut off. And I know a lot of people in my family that ain't going to do that. They're not. They're going to go take the mark. They got to feed their children. They got to do what they got to do. And some of our family members is ministers and all kind of stuff. They're not going to be able to do it. They just not. I mean, you literally going to go hungry if you get caught out there like that. You know how we just walk up in the grocery store and pick up fruit, vegetables, and drink a beer to do all of that. You could probably go in there, but you won't be able to buy nothing. Because instead of a credit card, you just going to swipe your hand over the digital reader, and it's going to say, they doing it now. It's already out here now. Got it now already. It's going to be a difficult time. It's going to be a difficult time. You know, that's why whenever the Most High says it's time to go, because this is going to be during that 3.5 year period. And if you don't make it in the wilderness during that 3.5 year period, you're going to be caught out here. Because he has prepared a place of safety for Israel. Because this is near the end. When we start talking about his kingdom, this is at the end of the story. Now, we ain't nowhere near there yet, but we getting close. This is at the end. So when he make transportation for us to go back on that side of the world, it would behoove you to be on it. Because if you look at the way this government is going, the white supremacists is coming straight to the forefront. That's all you're hearing in the news.
Oh, yeah.
Big time. This one is the white supremacist, and this one is the white. And they bringing in and this and that. Is just, all you hear is just mess all over the news. And they want us gone. Let me tell you personally, I know that. I've spoken with them privately in conversation, where they have asked me, what is that you want? I said, we want to go home. They said, that's the best news that we have heard all day. You want to leave? Yes, we want to leave. We want to go home. They said, well, that's the best news we done heard all day. I said, me too. And I believe that the Most High is making preparation for us to go. Now, some people say, well, he ain't going to gather us until he comes. That is, some that will not be gathered until he comes. But in order for us to get in the wilderness, we got to be on our way there. It's going to be for 3.5 years. And how long does the enemy have to run his kingdom?
3.5 years.
3.5 years. So if he has 3.5 years to set up and run his kingdom, and the wilderness is going to be for 3.5 years, then we know it's going to be close to the end. When this opportunity becomes available for us to go into the wilderness. But I do believe that we'll be going closer to the Middle East than quicker than that, sooner than that. So we got to understand understand what this is all about. This is getting us prepared for his kingdom to come. Because there's going to be a war. They're going to war with him. So when he comes, there's going to be a war.
Now let's talk about grandma, the citizens of the city.
Zechariah chapter 8. This is where he goes. Zechariah chapter 8, verse 1. He said, again, the word of the Most High
of hosts saying to me, saying,
thus saith the Most High of hosts, I was jealous for Zion with a great jealousy, and I was jealous for her
with great fury.
Thus saith the Most High, I am returned unto Zion, and will dwell in the midst of Jerusalem. And Jerusalem shall be called a city of truth, and the mountain of the Most High of hosts, the holy mountain. He said, when I come and I'm dwelling in the middle, it's going to be a city of truth. It's going to be peace and truth in Jerusalem. That's what he said. Thus saith the Most High of hosts, there shall yet old men and old women dwell in the streets of Jerusalem, and every man with his staff in his hand for very age. We're going to have some old folks in that city. These are not the immortals, because the immortals have already been collected with God. We read that earlier. That 1/3 is already going to be there. They have made it in the first resurrection, and they're mortal. Watch, because watch somebody going to say, but I thought you said they died, Diana. Watch. The streets of the city shall be full of boys and girls playing in the streets thereof. Now, my question to you is, where is all these people going to come from? If the 2/3 die, and the other ones don't make it, they don't make it in the first resurrection, where are these elderly and boys and girls going to come from?
I think it's all the people since the beginning of the time that have passed away.
All the people from the beginning of time that has passed away. When you say all the people, what do you mean all the people?
I mean all of Yasharel. I mean everyone from biblical times on, since ever time was, that everything that is his that has passed away.
Okay, that's one thought. She said she thinks it's all the people who have passed away from the beginning of time. Anybody else?
Some of the 1/3 are going to be young people. They could have children.
Say that again?
Some of those 1/3 will be young people. They could have children.
No. Once the 1/3 is immortal, they cannot be married again. Remember, I read that to you in Matthew 22, where it says that once you make that cut, you will be as the angels. You won't have to do that again. Anybody else? Let me go. We're going to revisit an old thought. Here we go. Ecclesiastes chapter 1. The thing that has been is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be. For there is no new thing under the sun. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It has been already of old times which was before us. There is no remembrance of former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come with those that shall come after. That which has been is named already. It is known that it is man. Neither may he be contended with him that is mightier than he. So we read Ecclesiastes chapter 1. We read 9 to 11. And then we went to Ecclesiastes chapter 6, verse 10. So if man has already come to one time, again, who are the people that will be living as mortals in the kingdom of Yahweh?
Is it the people, and I know I gave one thought earlier, is it the people that were resurrected at Christ's when he arose and when he went down and preached? Is it those people when he preached to the people that had died?
Those people were already resurrected from the dead, so it can't be those people. Who else could it be?
Possibly the people who died not knowing that they're Israel.
Thank you. That's Grandmama and Grandpa and Uncle Joe and all of our family members who died in Christianity. All of our family members who died not knowing they were Israel. All of our family members that were caught up in all these religions and believed all of the religions that were given to us by the Gentile nations that died never knowing that they were Israel when they were full-blooded Israelites and died not knowing who they were.
To say, that's actually what I meant when I said that the people since the beginning of time that belong to Yah. I guess I didn't think to say the people who did not know who they were, but that's what I meant. Everybody that belongs to him since ever the beginning of time, whether they knew it or not. But that is so beautiful that you got that revelation.
Mm-hmm. That didn't know who they were. That is a beautiful
revelation.
Because guess what? Y'all going to be fair about it. Because don't we know who we are now?
Yes.
Don't we have a choice that we can make right now?
Yes.
Doesn't he give us all the information that we need right now to make the choice that we need to make right now?
Yes.
So guess what? If we decide not to make that choice, is it fair for us to get a second time to make the same choice?
Uh-huh.
It's true.
This is our time now to make the choices that we need to make now so that we can be accepted then when the time comes. Did they ever get a chance to make that choice?
No, they didn't.
No, they didn't.
Not for them.
So would it be fair for them to be standing before the white throne of judgment and never know they were Israel and be judged on behavior that they didn't know?
But Sister Yaina, not again until the 1,000 years were finished.
Mm-hmm. After the 1,000 years is when we're going to have the white throne of judgment.
So the people living, the young people and the old, are you saying that's after the 1,000 years?
Yes, ma'am. After the 1,000
okay.
years. Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
I thought
after
you were saying during the 1,000 years.
No, ma'am. After the 1,000 years is the 1,000 years is the kingdom that he was promised in Daniel chapter 7. He's going to get a chance to run a one-world government on this earth. And all the kings and queens of this earth they will have to come under his rule and his authority. And it is going to be 1,000 years of peace. There will be no war. There will be no fighting. There will be any of that. There will be 1,000 years of peace. Lucifer is not even going to be on the earth at that time. He's going to be chained in the bottom of the and then for 1,000 years. And after the 1,000 years is over, then Lucifer will be loose for a season. Nobody knows how long that season is going to be or any of that. And then we're gonna follow up with that next. So let me think. And this is the verse Zechariah chapter 8, verse 6. It says, "Thus says the Most High host, it is marvelous in the eyes of strangers. Should it also be marvelous in our eyes? Saith the Most High host. Thus saith the Most High host, behold, how saved east and from the west,
I will bring them. They shall dwell in of Jerusalem. They shall be my people, and I will be their Elohim in truth and in righteousness.
Thus saith the Most High of hosts, let your hands be strong, ye that hear me, gave these words by the mouth of the prophet, which was in the day of the foundation of the house of the Most High of hosts, that the temple might be built. Now, so you understand the difference between the water and the ember. You know, people in the streets of Jerusalem, boys, girls, playing in the streets of Jerusalem, because some people think it's going to be a weird, awful place, and it's going to be smoke, and it's going to be stuff, or something regular thing. It's just going to go. Watch, here we go. Isaiah chapter 6. No, sound good.
Sustained, you sound muffled.
Yeah, you do sound muffled. Okay, can you hear me now? Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, I can hear you now.
I said it's going to be a regular city. People are going to be able to play in the streets. It's going to be elderly people. It's going to be boys and girls. It's just going to be a regular city. Jerusalem is just going to be the capital. Isaiah chapter 65, verse 17. It says, for behold, I create new heaven and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered, nor come into mind. Watch. But be ye glad and rejoice forever in that which I create. For behold, I create Jerusalem a rejoicing, and her people a joy. And I will rejoice in Jerusalem and joy in my people. And the voice of weeping shall be no more heard in her, nor the voice of crying. There shall be no more thence an infant of days, nor an old man that has not fulfilled his days. How, if there's going to be an infant, then there has to be a mother and a father, don't there?
Yes.
So these are the mortals. They're going to have babies. Old people are going to grow up to be old people. Watch what he said. For the child shall die 100 years old, but the sinner being 100 years old shall be accursed. A sinner? Wait a minute. How are we going to have death and a sinner in Jerusalem when the Most High come to set up his kingdom? How in the world is it going to be death and sin while he's setting up his kingdom? In his kingdom.
So if you're aging, wouldn't that be still sin? It's going to be there? Because wasn't to age was a punishment?
I repeated. I didn't hear you. Say it again.
I said people are going to age. Isn't that part of a punishment that we were given? So wouldn't sin still be there?
That's true. That is true. So, but wait a minute. This is supposed to be a time of peace. And he's going to rule the world. And he's going to be here. And his kingdom is going to be established in Jerusalem. So guess what? We're still under the same system. He's just setting up the kingdom. And in order for there to be death, the people in the kingdom have to be mortal, don't they?
Yes.
Yes.
In order for there to be sin, there has to be the law.
Come on here, sis. Come on, sis. You took the words right out of my mouth. In order for there to be sin, the law has to be there. And in order for there to be a law, there has to be a people to follow the law. And the people who never knew the law have to be given the law to follow.
Mm-hmm.
My grandmother never kept the law. My grandfather didn't know anything about that. They didn't keep the law. They kept Christianity.
Yes.
And they died waiting on the rapture.
And Christianity was forced on them, on their great-grandparents.
Absolutely.
And then their great-grandparents put it to their children, and then their children's children's children. It was like it's like I want to say like a virus. In other words, they reprogram them to believe in Christianity, and I believe that from the third and the fourth generation, especially of us coming here, because they were persecuting them when they were in Spain and Portugal, the Inquisition, forcing them to come to Christianity and bowing down to it and believing in it. And when they took away their children from them, some of them, a lot of them didn't do it, but some did.
But guess what? You got people that say, my grandmother died, my grandmother's grandmother died, her grandmother's grandmother died, and their grandmother's grandmother's died, and we didn't know who we were. So like the sis said, I don't believe it's everybody from the beginning of time, sis, but from the time that we were cut off and removed from our borders, and we were taken, we ran into Africa, and the generations went past, and we forgot who we were, and it was removed from us who we were. Those are the people that have to come back to be able to realize there is.
Yep.
And
Africa, also Spain and Portugal and other parts of Europe.
All over the place.
Portugal.
All over the place. Everywhere. Watch. Oh, and it's about to get good. Watch. Now, we asked, so we have to figure out how they coming. Because the Most High told them how they was coming. So let's go to John chapter 3. In verse 1, it says, there was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews. Why? The same came to Yahushua by night. Now, he snuck, because he didn't want nobody to know he was coming, and said, Rabbi, for we know that thou art a teacher come from Yah. For no man can do these miracles that thou doest except Yah be with him. He said, Yahushua answered and said unto him, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of Yah. Nicodemus said unto him, how can a man be born when he is old? Can he enter the second time into his mother's womb or be born? Yahushua answered, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born of water and of the Spirit, he cannot enter into the kingdom of God. That which is born of flesh is flesh, and that which is born of spirit, which is born of the Spirit is spirit. Marvel not that I say unto thee, ye must be born again. Now, Christianity told us that in order for you to do that, you had to be baptized. Which I'm not knocking baptism at all, under no circumstances, for no reason. But these people that's going to come back into this life going to have to be born again. Grandmama and them got to be born again. Okay. They got to be. Because you can't, because my grandmother passed away, you know she gone. She's gone. We put her body in the ground. So in order for her to come back again, she got to be born again. This might be a little too deep for y'all. I'm sorry. Woo! But remember what we said about Ecclesiastes? There's nothing new where?
Under the sun.
Under the sun. There's nothing new under the sun. He said, is there anything where you can lay your hands and say, see, this is new? No. So they get to come back again, and they get to realize that there is real so that they can walk it out through it, and they get to die, and they get to follow the law, and they get to do all those things.
Now, when they're born again, are they born of the renewing of their mind, and they still up in age, or are they born again, coming back as an infant and then growing since it's going to be 1,000 years, and then they grow old?
Yes, it's just like you. Sis. Nobody's born as a grown person. They're going to come in, they're going to be born again and come in as the age that they're going to be born again. They're going to be born again.
Through the womb?
Are they coming in at when they come in? Are they coming in at the age as far as having the mind that that they had when they were old?
Y'all got a lot of questions. Let me say this. Yes, they will come through the womb. That's the only way you can be born naturally into this kingdom. You're going to come in through the womb. Yes, you are. Some people, that's a very good question. You said, are they going to have the mindset that they had when they old? No. Remember, he said, I'm going to do a new heavens and an earth. There will be no remembrance of the last time.
Well, guess what? This is the end of our session. I hope that you have enjoyed our program. We invite you to come and join us every Saturday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The phone number is 319-527-9197. The access code is 256039#. And we invite everyone to join us on our program and to be a part of our study session.